Now we will see variation of conductance with respect to the concentration or dilution. The concentration and dilution in a set. Variation of conductance with the concentration or dilution. So generally, by increasing concentration of an electrolytic solution, or increasing in concentration or decreasing in dilution, or decreasing in concentration, increasing in dilution. So concentration, dilution, they are reverse in nature, opposite in nature. So first one, conductance here, specific conductance. The specific conductance is increases with increasing in concentration or decreasing in dilution. But whereas the remaining factors, that is molar conductance and equivalent conductance, and that will decreases with increasing in concentration. Here specific conductance will shows one type of property, and molar equivalent conductance, they will show together one type of property. So you can take here specific conductance. Simply let me take copper. The specific conductance value will increases by increasing in concentration. If you increase the concentration or decrease the dilution upon dilution. Anyone, both are. But whereas the remaining, that is a molar conductance lambda m and equivalent conductance lambda equivalent. So these will decrease as the concentration of electrolyte increases or upon dilution, if the dilution decreases. So reverse, as the dilution increases or concentration decreases, molar conductance, equivalent conductance increases, and this part will decrease. Why it is? So first one, upon dilution.
Once can go, sir.
Upon dilution means if we increase a dilution, or if we add more amount of solvent, or here we take the solvent is a water. If you add excess of water, the conductance, the specific conductance value will decrease. Upon dilution, the specific conductance decreases by decreasing the concentration. According to the definition, what is the conductance? This is the conductance of ions which are present in 1 unit volume, or either it is a 1 centimeter cube volume or 1 meter cube volume. Let me take in a container, an electrolytic cell, we have few ions. Let us assume there we have 50 ions in this 1 centimeter cube volume. There are 50 ions in 1 centimeter cube volume. And to this, if you add some excess water, then what happens? The volume will increase. Then the number of ions present in this 1 centimeter cube or 1 meter cube may not be the same now, because then some of the ions may come out from this 1 unit volume. Then ultimately the number of ions will decrease in this unit volume. It may be decreased to 40 or 20 or something. Then when you when you add excess of water or upon dilution, the number of ions present in that unit volume decreases. Then if the number of ions decreases, ultimately conductance decreases. Then what is the conductance of this 1 unit volume is called specific conductance. So that is why upon dilution or decreasing in concentration, the specific conductance decreases. Or else if you increase the concentration, means if you add some more electrolyte to this solution, initially let us assume again 50 ions, if you add some more ions, and some of the ions may enter into this unit volume, it may increase to 60 or 70. Then again the conductance of this unit volume is a specific conductance. Now it is having more number of ions, then conductance value, the specific conductance value will increase. So upon dilution, specific conductance decreases, and on increasing in concentration, specific conductance increases. That is one part. The second one, molar conductance and equivalent conductance, and these values will increase. Why? And whereas upon dilution, molar conductance, or we can take equivalent conductance, and these values will increase. Why? So in case of molar conductance or equivalent conductance, this is the conducting power of all the ions present in that solution, and overall V volume, not only 1 centimeter cube. Now we have to take entire volume. Then upon dilution, what happens when, according to Ostwald dilution principle, for strong electrolytes or weak electrolytes? Strong electrolyte case, almost complete dilution, complete ionization can take place. But whereas if you take weak electrolytes, and when you take weak electrolytes, the degree of dissociation value increases slowly. If the degree of dissociation increases, means the number of ions released into the solution increases upon dilution. If the number of ions increases, ultimately the molar or equivalent conductance increases. That is why upon dilution, for both a strong and weak electrolytes case, whether you take the strong electrolyte or weak electrolyte, doesn't matter, both molar conductance and equivalent conductance values increases. But how the change with respect to weak electrolyte, how much change you can observe, and with respect to strong electrolyte, how much change you can observe, that we can explain by taking the graph. With respect to graphical representation, the change in molar or equivalent conductance for strong and weak electrolytes. And this is lambda m or lambda eq versus concentration, and you can observe the graph like this. This is a graph for a strong electrolytes case, and you can observe this type of the graph for weak electrolyte. This is for strong electrolyte, and this is for weak electrolyte. See, strong electrolytes, this is a concentration. If you move to the towards origin, means concentration decreases, means upon dilution, then the strong electrolytes molar conductance value slowly increases, then they will reach that end point, and this is called limiting molar conductance or limiting equivalent conductance. Lambda m naught will represent like this, means this is a zero, means complete zero dilution. There is no more concentration. If you reach this point, the zero means there is no more concentration, zero dilution. There is no dilution occur further. So at zero dilution condition, the strong electrolyte will reach the saturation point, that is called limiting molar conductance or conductance at infinity dilution. This is called. Why? Because in case of strong electrolyte, that we can explain like this also. Why the conductance shows the change like that in case of strong electrolyte and in case of weak electrolyte. Let me take a strong electrolyte here, like one sodium chloride. And initially we have the sodium chloride ions, and how sodium chloride can undergo complete dissociation. It can give Na plus and Cl minus ions. This complete ionization, 100% ions can be formed. And to this, if add water, means further dilution, This further dilution leads to separate the ions further. Initially these Na plus and Cl minus may present little closer, and when you add more water, further dilution, then the distance between Na and Cl minus will increase. They will be separate far away. We know that the conductance also influenced by the interionic attractions. If the interionic attractions are more, then the mobility of the ions will decrease. Ultimately the conductance decreases when they present very close to each other. But when you add more amount of water, keep on, if you add more amount of water, the ions will move far away. So till there is no interactions, you can add the water until the interactions or disappears between Na plus and Cl minus. Then they reach a stage where it is called a complete zero concentration. I mean, there is no further interaction between the Na plus and Cl minus. At that case, Na plus can behave as an independent ion and Cl minus also behaves as an independent ion. So still further, if you add whatever the water, further dilution will not change their ionic conductance. Whatever the water you add furthermore, you cannot see further change. And that stage is called infinite dilution. And at that condition, the molar conductance of all ions is called limiting molar conductance or molar conductance at infinity dilution. We can write this point. Molar conductance of ions at infinity dilution or zero concentration. The molar conductance at infinite dilution or zero concentration or zero dilution, no further dilution, is called limiting molar conductance. Limiting molar conductance or molar conductance at infinite dilution. At infinite dilution. This generally will represent with the symbol like this, lambda m0, limiting molar conductance or molar conductance at infinite dilution. These are the representation. And if you take equivalent conductance, that is the equivalent conductance at infinite dilution. In place of molar, if you take equivalent, then you will get limiting equivalent conductance or equivalent conductance at infinite dilution. That we can represent in place of m, lambda equivalent 0 or lambda equivalent infinite. So that is a value. So at that point, you will get maximum conductance here with respect to the graph. So if you extrapolate this graph, it will reach S. It is called lambda m0 or it is lambda equivalent 0. This is called limiting molar conductance or limiting equivalent conductance. But in case of weak electrolyte, you can see the graph. It is kind of exponential, and if extrapolate this graph, it will never touches to the y-axis. It will keep on increasing only. But whereas strong electrolyte, if extrapolate, it can touch the y-axis, but weak electrolyte case you cannot see. It cannot never touch the y-axis. Why? Because according to Ostwald dilution principle, in case of weak electrolytes, let us take here acetic acid, COOH, and it can undergo partial ionization. It can give only few amount. Let us assume only 5% can undergo ionization initially. And to this, if add extra water, then the alpha value will increase. So it may changes from 5% to 10%. That means what? It can produce more number of ions. And still if you add some more water, it may increase 10 to 15 or 20, so on. The degree of dissociation will increase, keep on by adding water, but it will never reaches to 100. Alpha cannot be observed 100% in case of weak electrolytes. Complete ionization cannot take place for weak electrolyte. but this alpha value may increase. Then if the keep on alpha value increases, then what happens? Initially weak electrolytes, we have the less conductance, but upon the concentration decreases, the conductance values increases, it will keep on increase. It will never touch. You cannot identify the limiting molar conductance. So in this case, the acetate ion, for example, if you take acetic acid, and it will give the acetate ion and H plus. So they cannot behave as individual ions. You cannot never separate 100% of acetate ions and H plus ions from this acetic acid. So keep on this acetate ion and H plus ions will generate upon dilution. So this is a small difference between the strong and weak electrolytes. Anyhow, both the case it will increase. But in case of strong electrolyte, why the conductance will increase? Anyhow, initially 100% ionization. So in case of strong electrolytes, the conductance is due to the decreasing in ionic interactions. Initially, we have more ionic interactions between the Na plus and Cl minus. Why? Because they are present very close to each other. But after dilution, the inter-ionic attractions decreases, the mobility increases. But that can give a slight change, not much change. So you can see only small change, small increment you can observe here. In case of strong electrolytes, weak electrolytes only can show maximum change. And the concentration change of strong electrolytes, the molar conductance and equivalent conductance change of strong electrolyte with respect to concentration can be explained by using one equation that is called Debye-Ackel-Onsager equation. This is the formula for strong electrolytes. For strong electrolytes, we can use the formula molar conductance or equivalent conductance of an electrolyte at any concentration C is equals to molar conductance at infinity dilution or zero dilution minus some constant into root C. And this is the formula. And this is called Debye-Ackel-Onsager equation. Debye-Ackel-Onsager equation. So from this equation you can write the same graph you can observe here. And if you take a graph with respect to molar conductance at concentration C, and here root C, concentration is under root. Then how is the graph? Y equal to minus mx plus C. So you will get the graph with negative slope. And this is the graph. And this point is the intercept, that nothing but equivalent or molar conductance at infinite dilution, and a slope, a negative slope you will get minus B. So in this Onsager equation, and this is B is the constant, and this B value depends on the nature of electrolytes. Depends on nature of electrolyte. But for same type of electrolytes, the B value is the same. It is same for same type of electrolytes. Same type electrolytes means, let me take sodium chloride and potassium chloride. And here they are 1:1 ratio ions, and here also 1:1. And these two are similar type. So in this case, the B is constant for both NaCl and KCl. Similarly, you can take barium chloride and calcium chloride. Again, they are 1:2 type salts. Again, for this case, the B value is same. But KCl and BaCl2, in this case, the B is not same. They are different type electrolytes. For same type of electrolytes only, B is the same. and also B depends on, it also depends on temperature, type of solvent, means here viscosity of solvent, and dielectric constant of solvent. Depends on the viscosity and dielectric constant and temperature of the solution. The B value depends. So from this we can anyhow by extrapolating that graph we can calculate the limiting molar conductance or infinite molar conductance and infinity dilution for strong electrolytes. But whereas weak electrolytes we cannot calculate. So lambda m naught or lambda equivalent naught cannot be calculated by using the previous formula. By using Debye-Heckel-Onsager equation, we cannot calculate. Cannot be calculated for weak electrolytes. Then how to calculate this molar conductance or equivalent conductance and infinity dilution for weak electrolyte? For that, we will use one formula that is called one law, Kohlrausch law. So by using this Kohlrausch law, we can calculate the molar conductance of weak electrolyte at infinity dilution. So about that Kohlrausch law, we will see in the next class.